Let's remember the greetings. Do you remember any greetings? In the morning, when people wake up, like morning hours, if it's one person, okay, I don't want to give you the whole word. So let me say Chio. Chio is actually the word itself, but depending on whether you're talking to one person or many people, if it is one person, you, and you want to ask that person, Chio means to wake up, okay? Chio means wake up. Like you can tell somebody Chio, it's like saying wake up. But you can use it also in as a form of a greeting, especially in the morning hours. So you want to ask somebody, how is their morning? But literally, the direct meaning is, how have you woken up? Okay? So we said in conjugation of verbs that what comes at the beginning of the verb depends on whether you are talking to one person or many people. Okay? If it is I, an, okay? And how do I say I've woken up? I.
Achio.
Achio, okay? So achio simply means I've woken up. What of you?
Ichio.
Ichio. Ichio. And he or she?
Ochio.
Ochio. Then we, many people?
Wachio.
Wachio. And you, many?
Uchio.
Uchio. And they?
Gichio.
Gichio. Now, do you remember last time we talked about the meaning of, the word for how? How. Not what, how. It starts with N.
Nadi.
Again?
Nadi.
Nadi, yeah. Nadi. Okay? This means how. So I want you to ask the question, how have you woken up?
Ichio nadi.
Ichio nadi. Ichio. Ichio nadi. So this can be a greeting in the morning. Ichio nadi. Okay? Yeah. So you can ask somebody, Ichio nadi. How have you woken up? Or how is your morning? Ichio nadi. And so, what could be the response? The answer? Let me say I've greeted you, Ichio nadi. What will you say?
Achio mabe.
Achio mabe. Achio. Achio mabe. Because you just take the conjugation we have done here, achio, and last time we talked about maber as being good or well, okay? So achio mabe. So this is one form of a greeting, achio nadi, achio mabe. And I said last time that in some other places you can say oyaore. I'm not so sure if this is universal, but especially in Siaya area and Alego, Ugenya areas, you say oyaore to mean good morning, oyaore. And the answer would just be oyaore. Oyaore, oyaore. Okay? But you can follow it with this. Oyaore, oyaore. Chio nadi, chio mabe. Okay? And if there are many people, you ask, uchio nadi. Sawa sawa?
Yeah.
Aya. Now there is another one. We say, praise the Lord. Huh? Praise the Lord. Bwana asifiwe. This one is the Lord, okay, is Ruoth. In Dholuo, Ruoth means the Lord, but it can also mean a leader, okay? Ruoth can also be a chief. It can be a traditional leader. It can be a king. But in this context in the church, Ruoth would also mean the Lord. Now, the word to praise, okay? To praise is pako. Is what?
Pako.
Pako. And we'll conjugate this one as well, huh? So if you want to say, I am praising the Lord, what do I say? Using the conjugation we learned.
Ruoth.
I know what you're trying to say. But now, I want to say, I am praising the Lord. I. So conjugate pako with I. And what do you put at the beginning of pako? Apako. Who?
Ruoth.
Apako Ruoth. Apako Ruoth. I praise the Lord. Okay? If you are many, you say wapako. Wapako Ruoth. Now, but what we want to learn here, what I want to put here is not necessarily what we are going to learn now. We'll learn it another time. So we'll just say Ruoth opaki. Ruoth? Ruoth opaki. Opaki simply means praised. So the Lord is praised. That is the direct translation. The Lord is praised. So Ruoth opaki. Now, we'll talk about that form of conversion of the verb later on, that opaki. So, this is just another form of greeting. You can say Ruoth opaki. How do you respond?
Opaki Ruoth.
Yes, opaki Ruoth. Ruoth opaki. Opaki Ruoth. Or you can say opaki Yesu. Okay? Because Ruoth here just means Yesu. It refers to Yesu. So, Ruoth opaki. Opaki Ruoth. Or opaki Ruoth. It can go either way, by the way. You can also greet somebody as opaki Ruoth. And then the person responds as Ruoth opaki. Ruoth opaki. Opaki Ruoth. Okay? You can go either way. So you can say in the morning, oya ore, nya. Uchio, wachio maber. Opaki Ruoth. Ruoth opaki. Okay? Now, other than uchio, I said uchio or chio is in the morning, okay? Chio is when you wake up. But during the day is Rio. In another lesson, we'll be learning things to do with semantics, intonation, because what happens is that in Dholuo, one word can mean more than two things. It only depends on how you raise your voice or lower it. Like chill, it can be a way to wake up, but it can also refer to an animal. I think it should be a porcupine if I'm not wrong. And in that case, it would be called chill. Rio, it can be how you spend the day, like the duration of the day. And it can also refer to thirst, kiu, thirst. But now we are talking about them as verbs. So, Rio is during the day. Again, this being a verb, we'll conjugate it with those, the same way we did. A, I, O, Wa, U, Gi. Okay? So, I'll ask you a question. The salam, the greeting. Irio nadi. Irio nadi. What is the answer? Irio nadi. Ario maber. Okay, all of you. Urio nadi. Eh?
Wario maber.
Wario?
Wario maber.
Wario.
Wario maber. Uriyo nadi, wariyo maber. So if it's during the day, uchio nadi is in the morning, huh? During the day, uriyo nadi, wariyo maber. You can also use it up to evening, okay? Like how has your day been? It has been well. And then you can also wish somebody good night. What did we say sleeping is?
Need.
Nindo. Nindo is the sleep. But it could also mean it's also to sleep. And then we also talked about the imperative. You remember the imperative? Which is like a request or a command or instruction. And we said to convert this verb into imperative, what do we do?
We remove the O.
We remove the O. Good. So, if you say need, it's like telling somebody to sleep, right? So, you can use the same to wish somebody a good night. Okay? So, you simply say need maber. Lale poa. Lale salama. Lale vizuri. Need maber. But here, need maber it sounds very funny, but so we can say inid maber. Inid maber. Inid maber or unid maber. If you are many, unid maber. So those are the different forms of greetings that you can use. Chio nadi, chio maber. Iriyo nadi, ariyo maber. Aya, unid maber. Opaki Ruoth, Ruoth opaki. Question?